difficult task of following up this really amazing community segment. But I'll do my best. So this is Sonic R.
This is originally a Sega Saturn game, but this is the GameCube version. It's quite a bit different from the Saturn version. I'll be doing 100%, and I'm gonna be starting on this track right here, Reactor Factory, in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thank you. Alright, so Sonic R is a racing game. It's a kind of weird racing game though, so one of the first things you're gonna notice if you look in the bottom right, the map of the track is a huge mess. So all the tracks in this game have a lot of different paths and secret areas and all that.
Are they secret areas if they're on the map though?
Debatable, but possibly. Because nobody can follow that mess of a map anyway, so... but yeah, so there's a lot of different paths, and on these different paths are a series of different things hidden, which are the Sonic tokens, 5 on each track, and 1 to 2 Chaos Emeralds. So the goal of 100% is to get all the Sonic tokens and the Chaos Emeralds. So Chaos Emeralds unlock Super Sonic at the end, and the Sonic tokens put you in a challenge race, which where if you win the track with all the 5 tokens, you do the same track again against an unlockable character, and then if you win that race, you unlock the character. So first time I play the track, I collect everything, and second time I just beat it as quickly as possible. So a lot of times the things I have to collect are hidden behind ring gates that require me to have a certain amount of rings to unlock them. So I have to also get a lot of rings. And here's the first emerald, so I have to go through this gate here, and it makes the emerald shoot out of this cannon in front of me, and I can pick it up like this. The next emerald is behind this gate, comes out of the submarine in front of me. Kind of difficult to time running through it at full speed, but it was kind of alright here. And the last Sonic token I need is up in this weird little dead end here. So gotta turn around and finish this first race. So as I've already said, first race is collecting stuff, second race is beating as quickly as possible. So what I'm gonna do now is, instead of playing the track, I'm gonna not play the track, and instead turn around and move up into this corner and wiggle back and forth a little bit. So we'll see how this goes. It doesn't want to do anything right now. Just a matter of time, don't worry. It doesn't want to cooperate. There we go. Okay, now I'm out of bounds next to the finish line, and I can just pass the finish line, go back behind it, and pass it again, and that counts as a lap now. So this is how I'm gonna beat the rest of the race. So that's like 4.5 seconds for a lap, and back in bounds, and over the finish line, race done. And now, as the screen was fading out there, I basically paused the game and exit out. Which skips the victory animation, which saves like a couple seconds each time. You have to be a bit careful though. If you do it too fast, you can actually basically softlock or invalidate your run, because you don't end up unlocking the character, because you quit out too quickly before the game realizes you've unlocked the character, so you gotta be careful to not do that. Anyways, on the first race I unlocked Metal Knuckles, which who I switched to right here. So Metal Knuckles is very useful. He's bit faster than regular Knuckles, and one of the biggest reasons he's great in this category is because he can jump over water like this. So you can just keep jumping on water without losing any speed, which is amazing because there's a lot of water in the stage. So if you're familiar with this game, you might be wondering, hey, you can freely change the weather in the game settings on this game. Why don't you just change it to snow so the water freezes and you can run over it? Wouldn't that be faster? Technically you would be correct, it would be faster, but the problem is if you change the weather to snow, that changes how the collision of the game works, and that makes the clip-outs not work anymore. So for the out-of-bounds category, I have to play with all the water. Also, I just realized I autopilot in the complete wrong way. I have to back up here a little bit. give me a quick second. I'm sorry about that. Yeah,
While we're having that quick second, I would just like to call attention to the mushy cam on the stream.
It's great. But yeah, sorry, I autopiloted wrong. Happens. But yeah, this is the race. Lost me like 15 seconds or something, but it's fine. We still won. So now, challenge race against Metal Sonic. I'm gonna do the same thing as I did on the previous level. So I'm gonna turn around and go into a corner behind me and clip out of bounds. So the thing about these clips is they're kind of inconsistent. So you really have to like try your luck to get a good clip and get good clips on each of the clips in this run, which is why a lot of people don't run this category, but I'm a weird person who likes running inconsistent runs. So I love this category. But yeah. This is Resort Island, done. Cutscene skip, and I got the 3rd Chaos Emerald. Now so I'm heading into the next level, which is going to be Radical City. Radical City has a very easy ring requirement, so what I'm going to do is get everything I need within the first 2 laps, and then already in the first race, I'm going to clip out on the 3rd lap so I can skip the last lap, basically. And until I make it there, while I collect everything, I can collect the movement mechanics a little bit. So what you see me do a lot is bump into walls, and those aren't mistakes, most of them at least, and if they were mistakes, I would pretend they're intended. But a lot of times you slide into walls, like this, for example, and that's basically to set yourself up for drifts. So if you drift, a lot of times you can gain extra speed, and a lot of times you just slide along walls or bump into walls to set up a drift, and that helps you go faster. Also, what I'm doing right here, this is another technique called the counter drift. So basically there's 2 drift buttons, the left and the right drift. Usually you press the respective drift button if you want to drift around the turn. But if you get into a drift and then press the opposite drift button, you get into a counter drift, which is you kind of go sideways, and it's a bit hard to control. But if you manage to control it well, you can gain a lot more extra speed than from just a regular drift. So here's the clip out spot for lap 3 on Radical City. Not too bad. The first clip we had this run was really unlucky, but this has been pretty good so far, other than that. So now the challenge race here is against Tailstall. It's that Tailstall that you know from all the creepypastas. But don't worry, Tailstall is like the slowest character, and he only eats your soul when you lose. So we're just not gonna lose, so it's that easy. I'm gonna turn around again, go into this corner, and see if I clip out of bounds. This is also really easy, this race, even if you don't do out of bounds. Tailstall is just really slow, and the AI in this game isn't programmed particularly well to begin with, and you can also set them to easy, so nothing to worry about, really. So just going around here. And that's it, cutscene skip, and off to the next track. 5 emeralds we got now, got 2 more in the next track, and then the final race. So for the next track, I'm going to switch characters again. I will switch from Metal Knuckles to Metal Sonic for this track. So the corner clips that you saw me do so far in the run don't actually work with every character. They only work with Knuckles, Metal Knuckles, Eggrobo, and Amy. Metal Sonic can't do them. I switched to him for a different reason here. I'm gonna get to that in a bit. Other than that, Metal Sonic has most of the same attributes as Metal Knuckles. But yeah, for the most part, I'm just going around this track. If you have 1 or 2 donations, now would be a good time.
Sure thing. I don't have any donations right now, but I'd like to bring your attentions to some great incentives we have coming up. We have the SpongeBob's Truth or Square uniform bid war. And we also have some great naming incentives all throughout the marathon. You can check out our incentives by typing in !incentives. Well, if I could spell, that would work great in our chat. And you can check out all of the incentives here. And just a reminder that all of your donations will go to the Trevor Project.
Yeah, thank you. So all the emeralds in this track are hidden inside these pyramids. They open up if you go through the gate in front of them, but they lose all collision as soon as you go through the gate, so you don't actually have to wait for the pyramid to open. So you don't really see the emeralds when you pick them up. But yeah, this is a challenge race for this. I'm gonna use a different way to get out of bounds here, which is also the hardest trick in the run, but also the only consistent one. It's just tricky to time, so we'll see if we get this here. So I'm gonna try to jump through this bank turn here. I slightly mistimed it. I think that was a bit too late. I did very badly on my last marathon run with this, so I hope... Okay, there we go. Third try, that's not too bad. So now I'm gonna go around here and set myself up in these pillars right here, which is an invisible wall next to the finish line. And here I'm gonna do my circles to do the laps. So this part right here is the reason I switched to Metal Sonic for this track. Metal Sonic has a slightly better turning radius than Metal Knuckles. And that saves like a couple seconds on this section right here, because the turning radius gets a lot worse if you're underwater, so the difference is more significant here. But yeah, that was basically all the standard tracks, and now we've got all the Chaos Emeralds, which means we unlock Supersonic and we can progress to the final race with Supersonic. So yeah, you see Dr. Eggman is still not unlocked. You unlock him when you win a Radiant Emerald, so it's going all according to plan. So this track is the only one that doesn't really have a reliable way of skipping anything, but there's a way that can happen if I get very lucky, so I'll try it here. Okay, I didn't get it here, unfortunately. So basically, the deal with this game is, so you, as I've mentioned earlier, you do a lot of wall sliding, and anytime you do that, there's a chance that the collision just stops working and you just fall through the wall and get out of bounds. So that can happen mostly anywhere if you have a lot of speed. And if it happens there at the start of the track, you can actually use that to skip half of one lap. But it's very inconsistent, very uncommon that it happens. In the current world record, I actually got 2 of these clips, which is incredibly lucky. So if you want to know how lucky, I also did an individual level run of this level here. And I attempted to be the first person ever to get all 3 laps clip out. And it took me a total of 96 hours to grind that out. I did that over the course of several weeks. So yeah, it's really lucky to get one of these in a run, let alone 2. Get one more chance for one here. We'll see how this goes. Nope, sadly not this time, but it's fine. But yeah, this track is mostly just like movement based. So this is a nice finale after the run. And we're already on the last lap here, so
Oh my goodness.
time is coming up in like 10 seconds.
Where did the run go? Looks like we raced it away.
Yeah, this game goes by so quickly every time. And time.
GG.
Thank you. It's a mid-13, that's about average time for me for marathons. Decent. I hope you enjoyed that. Had a bit of a bit unlucky on some spots and quite a stumble on Resort Island, unfortunately. But other than that, pretty decent run. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Really cool speed game. If you're interested, check it out. I'm also always willing to help if you want to message me when you learn the game or anything. But if you don't have anything more to say, we can move on to the next game.
Sure, well, I mean, I can always talk. That's something I'm really good at. But I just want to remind everyone that you are watching Power Up with Pride 2020. So that was Sonic R. The R, I assume, stands for racing. But next up, we have Sonic Adventure DX with Nim here again.
You're not getting rid of me so quick.
So stay tuned for that. Just remember that you can donate using the exclamation point donate in chat, and check out the schedule using exclamation point schedule. And all Power Up with Pride social media can be found by using the social command in chat, and you can join us on Twitter, YouTube, or Discord. So that's it for me for now. Next up is going to be Hupfen, I believe. But thank you everybody for having me, and I hope that I see you all again on Sunday.